Hey yo, family, what is going on? It is the King Hitman here. I hope you guys are doing all right. Thanks to Kariru, I will of course tag him either in the comments or in the description on Twitter, on Reddit, on wherever. He's good with this type of stuff, so he's on multiple platforms. We have the hardest hitting units, the 15 hardest hitting units in Dokkan right before Saiyan Day. So this might change after Saiyan Day, who knows? Like you never know with Dokkan, right? So with that being said, let's start off with number 15. This is an interesting one. I didn't think he'd even make this list if you were to ask me because he's so slandered in the community. Evolution Blue Vegeta. LR Evolution Blue Vegeta is going to get even. I don't know if he's going to jump over UI. You can see the entire honorable mentions. You can even see number 10 here. I'm not sure if he's going to jump over UI, but he is going to be a better unit once Evolution Blue AGL Vegeta gets his EZA. So he does have even more potential he has not tapped into yet. Number 14. So this one I thought would be higher. I thought he'd make the top 10, but I mean, okay, I guess. I'm not really mad. I'm not happy. It is just there, right? Like now, number 14, we have MUI Goku. 13, not surprising to me because they're really Evolution Blue and Kaioken Blue can really oh great. They can go ballistic. It's just they're so inconsistent. Like they're one of the APTs don't really describe to you how good this unit can be and how bad this unit can be. Like their APTs obviously means average. So their ups and downs, they're not the graphics and the statistics usually aren't telling you enough about how they are in game because every turn is a roulette with them, right? Like it's Russian roulette. You don't know what you're getting out of them based on the orbs. They have inconsistencies and flaws just like any other unit in Dokkan, right? Except basically like 3 units in the game right now. Evolution Blue and Kaioken Blue are good. I expected them to be somewhere on this list. At number 12, we have LR Full Power Jiren. He's higher than I thought he would be. However, when I thought about it, it makes sense. He can still be crazy. He can still do decent and difficult content. He's not he needs to be babysat sometimes, right? Like you do need to get him with a bit of support. He does really like that. I wonder what his setup is, but he's just an honorable mention. But yeah, sometimes Jaren stresses me out, and then other turns he reminds me like, yeah, this is why you're so good. Turn one, right? Number 11, we have this one is surprising. We have Krillin and Gohan, AGL Krillin and Gohan. I can see why they're up here when I thought about it because of their costume change. The costume change not that they're bad, but like they're not necessarily mediocre before changing. But once they change, they can do really impressive numbers. They're doing a lot of things. They're a well-rounded unit. Their link set is just annoying because there's only so much you can do with the Krillin and Gohan LR, right? However, makes sense. Like I'm not in shock. I'm not in shock. This had me in shock. Kaioken Goku on an APT optimal team is only number 10. You would think. Now, this is. I've never seen. This is how I know Kaioken's crazy. I've never seen a unit be numbered like on one of these lists with 0% attack and defensive support. Kaioken is a floater on this situation. So this Zeno Goku, the Super Saiyan Zeno Goku, he will never see him if you were to run this team exactly how it's meant to be run in terms of the calculations. So right now, his only links that will be consistently active are Kamehameha and Legendary Power. It would be activated all of the time. Notes, you have a 16% uptime on the Vegeta part of his passive, the intro animation. He does not at all get his active skill. What? He does not get his active skill at all, and he's still number 10. He has an average of 24 key and an average of an 8.4 million attack stat. However, with his crit ability and additionals and all that type of 11 crit, 15 additional. He can do his crits, he can double super, he's going crazy, right? Supported defense, even though it's 0% support, it's 436k defense. Goku is crazy. On a 180% leader skill, this is not a 200% leader skill, the EZA Super Saiyan 4 Goku, of course, right? It's just insane, just insane. At number 9, we have full power, or not full power, just final form Frieza and Super Saiyan Goku, or Goku, right? I'm seeing his gold hair and I'm thinking Super Saiyan. APT, oh, I guess I should say their APT at the start of each segment. 16.3 million for this guy. They jump up a couple 100,000 to 16.7 million APT. 36.6% attack and defensive support. So it took that just to get them consistently above Goku. Their defense is, of course, much lower than Goku's. Goku's defense 436k. Their defense 243k. The Reps of Universe 7 team, of course, they're still the best leader for this. They just got surpassed as the best leaders, like statistical leader in the game, by these 200% and 180% leader skills for the 7-year anniversary. So they're still crazy. Link set, all of them are active almost all of the time except Over in a Flash. Over in a Flash is dependent on the tech TN that you guys know, the 50% support TN. So that makes sense. Notes, they have a 90% uptime on the 77% part of their passive to get. I'm assuming that's the one. Yeah, that can't be the one on the based on their ultra super attack. That has to be the one that's based on like debuffing the enemy. So yeah, that one calculated on the LRN17 rotation. So it's not calculating this MUI one, it's calculating this reps of LR Universe 7 one. So yeah, that makes sense. 23 key average. What, really? Well, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, these guys are support, even though they're terrible. You wouldn't catch me running them, and I have them. You would catch me running these two, of course. They're elite, but you wouldn't catch me running Gohan and Piccolo a day on Earth unless I'm desperate for a tech unit on this team, right? It is what it is. An average of a 10.48 million attack stat. I really like how these guys have aged. They haven't aged too much. Now, I was never the biggest fan of them, but I'll be damned if I were to say they were bad. Sometimes I do forget, right? So reminders never hurt. 20 crit, 6 additional. Up next, Super Saiyan 4 EZA LR Vegeta. I love this. I love that this guy's getting the respect he's wanted for so very long. He's calculated under his own leader skill next to Super Vegeta and or an exchanged Namek Vegeta Goku. Very interesting partners for him. Makes sense, but it's just interesting, right? Super Vegeta is I guess I don't have any criticisms. Super Vegeta is great in difficult content. He can get caught, right? That first attack, before getting his super attack off, he can get caught. So I would assume LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is going to be the one in slot 1 in most of those situations. 20 crit, 6 additional. I get why you give him crit. However, me personally, I'd be giving my Vegeta a bit more additional just for his defense, but that's not the point of these lists, right? So for most of his links are active 100% of the time. Saiyan Roar only 33% of the time when Super Saiyan 4 Goku's on rotation, and GT when the GT Vegeta is on rotation, right? Or, well, of course that applies to Goku also. The rest of his links, except, am I missing one? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Yeah, the rest of his links are activated all of the time. An average of 23 key. The LR Super Saiyan 4 has already had what was a top 5 key mechanic to give to an LR with, you know, the STR and Rainbow combination effect. And they proceeded to just make it better, right? Crazy. It's crazy. 33% active skill uptime. Man, the way these fights are, you'd think you'd see it way more often, but of course, I'm sure this is based on Super Battle Road, so of course, it makes sense. 1.07 enemy average. The reason that's relevant is because he has his nullification ability. I'm not sure. Am I remembering something? I'm not sure that affects his attack stat. I don't see how. I know he can nullify an enemy super when he 24 keys. I guess it's just saying a random note for like his ability to nullify, right? When there's 2 or more enemies where he has a 24 key super attack, he has an average of a 7.9 million attack stat. However, when he is supported with a 13.33% attack and defense, he has a defense of 393k, almost 94, and then a supported APT of 17.1 million. I hope I'm not misspeaking. If I misspeak, like if I say something incorrect in terms of I say APT when I mean defense or something, I don't mean to do it on purpose. I'm just, numbers are everywhere right now. 20 crit, 6 additional. Next up, we have Namiku. He's still great, but bro, he builds up his defense slower than I'd like. He really can stress me out in difficult content. It feels like, oh great, he has 230k defense, he should be fine, and then he gets hit with a super and you're back to the loading screen, right? Under this Goku family lead that we saw prior, 15, oh I forgot, he can't because of his stupid 5 dodge. 15 crit, 6 additional, 13% attack and defensive support on average. Oh, I hate it here, bro. Five links are constantly active. Super Saiyan, prepare for battle, Kamehameha, fierce battle, and legendary power. Let me know if you guys really, you guys run your teams like this. Like, I want to know in the comments section. There's nothing wrong with this team setup. There's not. There's not. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm really big on GT physical Goku always having his maximum amount of defense and not having another GT unit as a floater to at least semi consistently get his extra defensive ability. I'm not really. I find it difficult to run him when he's not built like that, right? Like I really don't like feeling like I left defense on the table. But I guess that's me. 50% chance to fight a super class enemy. 50% chance to fight an extreme class enemy. 5.8% of the time is he fighting a Frieza, which is another reason Frieza is better than him. 78% uptime on being hit before super attacking. Additional super attack, yeah. 22% uptime when he is in slot 2. He has a 16 key average. You see what I mean, bro. He's not even consistently getting his 18 key super attack. His ultra super is going to be a miss. Like on average, he's going to be a miss. And he's on rotation, bro. Like I can't stand sometimes his flaws. Even though you do want to get his 12 key often, because he's going to be stacking defense, right? 2.5% active skill uptime, and then he has a 6.6 average attack stat, 6.6 million average attack stats. His supported defense is 258k, supported APT is 17.6 million. So you see we're slowly creeping up, like basically an average of like 400k APT per like, step in the right direction, right? Next up, we have the Indestructible Saiyan Evil Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. 20 crit, 6 additional. Really? You'd give Broly crit? I thought, with the way his Goku family thing is set up, I figured it'd be closer to being balanced. It just feels like you get it so often, right? It feels like you do. Resurrect the Warrior lead. That means he's only on a 150% lead. He's with Tech LR Broly. I hate that guy so much. 40% attack and defensive support on average. Link sets, they share the entire link set. However, you never see Berserker. So I'm sure Kariru did that on purpose, right? Notes, additional super is of course guaranteed. Average of 22 key, 33% uptime on being super effective and getting his 5 key part of his passive. 1 out of every 3 enemies. That's crazy. He sees 1 enemy on average and he has an average attack stat of 5.9 million. Defense is 220k. APT is 17.64 million. Bro, Broly is crazy. Like he's barely above Namiku. But dog, look how much further in advance he came. He came out what, 5 months before Namiku, and Namiku was a brand new Dokkan Fest, and Namiku would hit harder if he were able to consistently get above the 18, 19, 20 key thresholds. But Broly makes it so easy, right? Like sometimes it's an issue because you're trying to get Broly to only do his 12 key for the AoE effect. And he's like, no, like I want to do my 8 Ultra Super first, and then I'll get to the 12 key. Broly is so crazy. Next up, we have Hit and Goku. I thought they'd be, no, top 5 makes sense. Transcendent Light Speed Battle erupts. Hit and Super Saiyan God Goku. They are calculated on a Universe Survival Saga lead. That means they're using 1 lead as, wait. Yeah, okay. 1 lead is Tech Easy A Hit, and then the other lead is Hit and Goku, right? They're off rotation. Okay, interesting. So they're off rotation. They're in slot 3. You guys know their abilities are mainly based on what slot they're in, their key, their attack, their defense. Very important for them. 20% attack and defensive support because God Topo is crucial, right? Link set. Experienced fighters activated half of the time. In fighter, same thing. Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power activated all of the time. Let me know. Do you guys feel like Hit and Goku even it feels like they don't even need the key off of these links. They super so easily. I mean, Tournament of Power is important for everybody on that team, but it's like Hit and Goku, that automatic 6 key in the game. Let me know, do you guys think that's the most free super attack you can give in LR in terms of, say for example, the Super Saiyan 4s? His key mechanic and Goku's key mechanic can be better than Hit and Goku's, but which ones do you guys prefer? The ones based on what slot you're in, or the ones where you can just grab orbs off the board? Because orb changers are very valuable, right? notes, they're usually, well, they're always in slot 3. Of course, they are the floater. 17.25% ally boost received from Topo. That's because Topo does raise allies' attack on super attack. Like that little effect he has. It's terrible, right? But he does do that on super attack. They have an average of 22 key. What an insane. They're just insane. I really like hitting Goku's design. They're gonna age so very well. 8.9 million attack stat on average. How often are they getting their active? Well, I guess never for that, man. That's why he didn't list it. They're never getting their active skill. Defense on average 270k. Don't forget their abilities to, like, dodge and stuff like that, depending on how you set them up. And then look at the jump from 17.6 mil to 19.2 million for hitting Goku. Crazy, man. It's crazy. I really like that unit a lot. 20 crit, 6 additional. I'd actually no, I understand. Goku hits so much harder than Vegeta. I hate it. I hate it. I wanted them to be a bit closer, but they're just not. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Calculated on a GT Hero team, he has a 200% leader skill, which is where he is covering Vegeta right now. So for the time being, he is simply better. Goku. 6 of his 7 links are going to be activated all of the time. Prepare for battle 2 out of every 3 turns. That's easy, right? So you're basically activating his links all the time. Don't even worry about it. 13% attack and defensive support. 23 key average. 1 out of every 3 fights are you getting his active skill, or I guess active skill uptime is 33%. I don't want to phrase it incorrectly. 1 enemy, just like Vegeta. Most of this is just like Vegeta, and an average of a 9.78 mil attack stat. Crazy. It's good. They're just so free, man. They're so free. The Super Saiyan 4 EZAs. Defense 432,000 APT is 20.5 million. 15 crit, 11 additional. Can't stand that guy. I can't stand that guy. At number 3, the bronze medal, we got AGL Full Power Frieza. AGL Full Power Frieza is still a top 5 unit in this game. I saw a couple tier lists that was kind of disrespecting my mans. I'm not going for it. Lower your tone. Terrifying Conqueror's lead. Now that we have a 200% leader skill, people were like, oh, he doesn't have a 200% leader skill, so we got to be careful with it. Nah, and then he got one right after the anniversary ended, right? So we have Terrifying Conqueror's lead. We have Ginyu. 1 Ginyu is on rotation, 1 Ginyu is floating. Frieza has 60% attack and defensive support. Trust me, he's worth it. Big Bad Bosses is up 100% of the time. Same for Prodigies, the Frieza clan links, Fierce Battle, and then Legendary Power is rarely active because it's based on Turles. Now, Turles is supporting Frieza, so those turns where, you're getting to oh my goodness, the stutter. You're getting the support and you're getting legendary power. It's more impactful than you think because legendary power is upon super attack for these LRs, right? Half of the time he's facing a super class, half the time he's facing an extreme class. However, 18% of the time he is fighting a Goku family, or just a Goku unit. I'm tripping. A Goku unit. A 78% chance of being hit before super attacking, triggering his additional. He has a 22% chance to trigger his additional in slot 2. He has a 22 key average. He only gets his active skill 2.5% of the time. Really? That's interesting. I thought it'd be at least like 12% of the time. I feel like I see his active skill when I need it. Well, no, because you know what it is? He has to fight 1 enemy also. Like, upon the other restriction, he has to fight 1 enemy. So I guess that makes sense. And then an average attack stat of 8.1 mil, bro. It feels like mine hits harder than that. Like, it really does. And mine has only got 2 dupes in him. It feels like he hits so much harder than that. I'd say, if you were to ask me, I would say like 8.9 million. It's crazy how full. But of course, he's stacking attack too. So it just depends on how long he's been in the fight. Supported defense. 462k. His supported APT is bro, peep game. Goku's at 20.5. Full Power Frieza is at 26.8 million APT. 15 crit, 11 additional. The Roar of Resentment, Full Power AGL Frieza. Of course, y'all know who top 2 are. Don't play with me, man. Y'all know what this is. Their own leader skill. They're both on rotation. One is linked up with STR God Vegeta. This is an interesting one. The other one is linked up with Goten and Trunks. I hadn't heard that that was a good linking partner for them. I like that. I'm happy to hear that because I really like physical Goten and Trunks, right? So 10%. Oh, okay. 10% average attack and defense because Krillin is altering, like he's on alternating rotations. So I guess that, yeah, and then Krillin on the Vegeta rotation is only going to give 30% attack and defense, however, and 2 key. However, on the other rotation, he's going to give another 2 key and then the 30% attack and defense because there's Trunks and Goten. So total of 60% and 4 key. Makes sense. Link set, Sand Warrior race, Warrior gods, godly power, Kamehameha, fierce battle. Oh, he's worried about this first rotation one. I gotta make sure that's understood. So he's not worried about the physical Goten and Trunks one. Keep that in mind. Legendary power is active 1 out of every 3 turns. Prepare for battle 2 out of every 3 turns. Note. They have a 100% uptime on getting 24 key. They get an average of 33% uptime on their Super Saiyan Blue form, 24 average key. And really, a 3% chance to get, well, a 3% uptime on their active skill. It just feels, wow. It just feels rare, right? An 8.78 million average on their attack stat. 6 additional 20 crits. We're giving them 421k defense on average, and oh my gosh. Remember all the effects they get. They're type effective. They can crit, they can, oh my gosh, their additionals. They have a 31.4 million APT, dog. The Infinite Power God Warriors, Goku and Vegeta, man. At number 1, you knew who it was. Stop playing with my man's name. You know what this is. Monkey Tom. My man, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the Ultimate Power Saiyan Warriors. 20 additional 6 crit on their own leader skill. 1 with Goku, 1 with Vegeta. I'm assuming the Goku one is definitely going to be the one Kuriru is referring to. Super Saiyan, Saiyan War, GT, Kamehameha. Yeah. Fierce, so is Goku. Fierce battle and legendary power. They also have a 100% uptime on their 24 key passive. 33% uptime calculated on his transformation into Gogeta, calculated on the Super Saiyan 4 Goku rotation, 24 key average, 3% active skill uptime, and a 9.2 average attack stat. 13% attack and defensive support because of GT, Goten, and Gohan. Defense 438k APT, the king of the game, man. 32 million, almost flat APT. I don't know how much more I could say to y'all. If, bro, like, these two are just in, like, dog, you didn't have to build them like this, man. Come on, son. This is wow. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because Lord knows I enjoy looking over these every once in a while. Hope you guys enjoyed. Consider looking into the channel. I'm stunned. I'm stunned by the words. Consider checking out the channel. Hitman is off this.